This week at Stellar Scaffolding, our highest ever project has come to a halt. The Tower Bridge project has proven to be absolute carnage, with all the main bosses of TfL now all over it. And through it all, I'm back here with the boys in West Sussex as we put the second and third roof on this absolute monster. My name's Joe, we are Stellar Scaffolding, and this is episode 26. Mate? Yeah, you? Happy with the boys?
Yeah, all good.
We just touched down in West Sussex. As we've had a load of projects move back and slight delays, I've got two gangs here today. So we've got Jake's gang up there now. We've got Sean's gang starting the next roof. So there's two more roofs to be done here. Obviously the first one is now wrapped up, so we're gonna go and have a look now. James has nearly slipped there behind us as well. But yeah, they've asked for a bit of salt to be put down, but they've not got any here yet. So Jake's got his spikes on the bottom of his shoes, that when he flicks his wrist like Spider-Man, do it, Jake? Do it. The spike comes out of the field. So we'll come back to what the boys are doing, but first we'll just do a little walk around of here, show you this in all its glory. You can see the walkway the boys are putting here, and the reason for that is obviously we need a firm foundation, a firm base to get the 4 points of the hacky, the 4 legs in. So what the boys have done, they boxed it all in on the driveway, and obviously that's meant that the clearance here, that we've got all the bushes and everything, had to be spanned with this walkway that the boys are putting here. So they've clipped all the boards down so there'll be no movement. It's fairly tight. Really, we should have little nipple caps on these. They're going to go on as well, and just make sure anyone walking through, they can't catch themselves on any thread, and it stays nice and safe for pedestrians and workers of the project. So up to the next lift. This lift as well is the same all the way around. All of this whole level, this whole lift is solely for them to get all the windows changed, and that is the whole way around the buildings. And then up here, where the main bit of work is happening, come in Santa's grotto. He doesn't kneel down, does he? Right, come in, let's have a look. So, the main bit of work. All good? All good, mate. Lovely. So we've got the boys up there cracking on. And yeah, you can see that this is looking extremely tidy. And basically, the main bit of work was when we were last here, there was the dormers. The boys are getting these dormer lifts in, so what they've done, they've actually gone in at a slightly higher level now, but you can see that obviously this part of the dormer around here, they can obviously get from this boarded lift here, so everything around here that's to be done we can get from this lower level, but where the main bit of work is, where they've got to strip all the tiles off, is above. So it'll be a case of going up the ladder, which you're going to come with me. Ow. Up above, and then once you're up here, you can see that they've stripped all the tiles off already, so the work's already started, and yeah, they've wasted no time in getting cracking on this scaffold. So all the tiles, all the old tiles along here, I know they've got to strip all of this out. I don't know exactly what work they've got to do, but I know there is issues with this, so they're going to be sorting all of this out. Tiles will go back in, and yeah, I imagine this could be quite an in and out sort of project. I'm not sure. The hire allowance on it is for 24 weeks, 6 months, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if it ends up coming down sooner. And there's a lot of new material in this. We've got brand new sheets, we've got a load of new beams sorted out by layer. You've got some new tube in here, fittings, odds and sods, but there's a bit of money that was spent to get this to where it is now. Obviously in line with still chasing 110 grand at the road. There's whilst you're down here, the reinvestment has to carry on, you know, so it's all a juggling act, but you can see that it's all worth it. And yeah, the numbers definitely stack on this project. There's been some good reinvestment in it, and yeah, it's been a nice one for a very, very good client that we value an awful lot. So yeah, the plan basically, obviously this is now wrapped up, and obviously you'll see here, so for the client, the loading bay was actually to finish at this height here, where you can see it's fully boarded. Obviously that's in line with the gutter height all the way around, but what the boys did, which was very smart, is took the loading bay up with them all the way up, so that once we're at each point, at the structural lift and then up at roof level, we're able to keep getting material up there. So we had Lucian on the forks, we had the forklift here that had a 20-metre boom on it, and obviously that was getting everything right up there, which made very low maintenance of getting material up there, and meant that we were able to keep the small numbers here, but progress was very, very good. And obviously, as you can see, the work looks absolutely brilliant, and the client is very happy. Oh, it's there, yeah? So where do you want it?
Somewhere up there, as far as you can be seen from a little distance.
Yeah, and if you get it on the loading bay somewhere. Yeah. We'll let Jake do a run around of what the crack is on this.
Yes, sure.
As he's got a lot to say for himself today.
I actually haven't today, a bit quiet.
Yeah, same. Go on.
Just down the dumps today I am. Looking to do a bit of therapy with this one. Just managing it. Just must be finding problems. No, I presume you had a little run around with Joy already, been there a few times now. The job is starting to take proper shape now. As you can see, we're doing the 2 smaller roofs now. This is to cover the dormer windows that are getting changed. And up here, we've got the usual of my gang, got Big J up here. I can't show now around the job. And we've got Joe, watch out there, Abs, by the way, in case you follow her. Yeah, so we're just trying to... No, she chipped a little bit. Yeah, that's just the dormer, we're just putting a little tin hat over, nothing too crazy, just so they can repair that and obviously stop any weather damage going into it. We started here this morning, and we'll have it wrapped up by... When we have this wrapped up, Joe? Reckon we're done tomorrow? Yeah, probably tomorrow. Ideally, this should all be covered. It's dangerous, as you just saw, it's like a dance floor here, isn't it? I'm on the YouTube at the moment, bro.
Oh, sorry,
I'm on the YouTube. This is Jamesy. Has James had an introduction yet? He loves it. He said he was desperate for it as well. Another fellow who's desperate for it.
So we've got James, who's our new starter there, just gone over to the wagon now. He's an advanced scaffolder that's come from a firm that we're actually got a very good relationship with, and I know the governor watches this, so I've got to say hello to Angus. But yeah, James is on here now, and yeah, he's a good lad. Been well prepped for the big time by Angus, so thank you for that, Angus of SA Scaffolding. Yes, Fladdy.
How we doing, brother?
All right, mate, you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good man. What's that, bro? Cold? Freezing? Freezing? What was it, like -2?
This morning?
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, R4 when I was going to the gym.
We've not been here long, so they're gonna have a little break now. Jeez, I thought it was gonna hit my head with the sunlight. But yeah, so back where we were a couple of weeks ago, obviously it's looking a bit different. The monoflex has been done. Sam and the boys, we're gonna put their Instagram here. Use the code Stella10, they will give you a 10% discount on your first order with them as well. So they're absolutely brilliant. And to be honest, scaffolders, boys, you know, the boys that watch this, any scaffolders know how rubbish monoing is. Everyone hates it, we all hate it. And listen, what we do with these boys, Sam will give you a price per roll to install, and then just obviously put the labour on top of the material, 20% for yourself, and then boom, come back, and yeah, it looks magic, as you can see. So definitely an absolute no-brainer, and hopefully they get a lot of business off this. I know they had a few inquiries off the last one, but yeah, they are absolutely spot on, and they'll be used now for everything we do. So it's a touch for the boys because the mono isn't in their hands anymore. It's a touch for me because I don't have to deal with them moaning about the mono being in their hands, and it's a touch for Sam because he's getting business. So it's good for all. We're all winning, but yeah, absolutely spot on. We're going to be back with the boys once they're back off lunch, watching them take both roofs up to the next level, side by side. But before all of that, it's time for this week's weekly recap on Stella Scaffolding. I'm now on the way to see another client of mine who I've not worked for a while, simply because he wants everything for nothing. And I really, really like him. I really, really like the bloke. He's a good man, a very good man, and a very wealthy man, but a man that doesn't like to part of his money. And his last one, we couldn't come to an agreement on it. He ended up going with another scaffolder. And I don't know how it went, but all I know is he's asked me to do this one. So yeah, I've got an awful lot of time for him, He's a very good bloke, but yeah, he wants everything for absolutely next to nothing. So I'm on the way there to see him now. We're looking at a project in Camberley. It's a new build apartment block, and we're going to see what we can do. Now the thing is, when we first started, it was like 2019, the end of 2019, and we had this, he had a big hotel to build in Fleet on the high street. It was a big hotel, monster. way too big for us at the time. But as I am and like we are, yeah, of course we can do it, no problem. And I went there and I had to deal with him on the scaffold. And it was well underpriced, massively underpriced. But to be honest, at the time, it was around Christmas time, I had no option but to take the job because there wasn't a lot else going in. I needed it for the cash flow. So I just said, look, we'll take the job. And to be honest, in the end, it worked out all right. I mean, looking back now, I think I literally did the job for about a third of the price of what it should be. So I'm off there to see my my client now, or my on and off client, and yeah, he's going to try and squeeze me on the numbers, and he will be told to go and himself.
A few moments later.
So I'm just leaving the site there now, and as usual, there was a big old, a lot of bargaining going on. As it stands, I put my cost into Sammy. With Sammy, I can do it there and then. It's a straightforward project, just a little apartment block of apartments, new build, and yeah, it's literally a square, it's a rectangle, and had the drawing out, gauge the heights, and yeah, it's a very, very straightforward one with a loading bay. I put my price in, and he's asked if I can do it for pretty much half price, and I've said no. And he tells me I'm too expensive and everything else, and yeah, I wish I could show you the type of man he is. He is a good man, very good man. I like him a lot, but he's yeah, very funny, and yeah, I wish I could show you on the channel because I know people would find it very funny. Yeah, I know, yeah.
How do you want to give me up?
So obviously Christmas is coming, and Leeches had a visit from Santa nice and early, so we got a load of bits from Leeches. There is some brick mesh as well that we're going to show you as well.
Keep you nice and warm in the winter. Look,
that's for Alan in the yard straight away. Wow, look at this. Oh mate, this looks banging. Hey, of course it fits him. Take the jumper off. But as we know, I like things nice and tight.
Right, keep that for Alan. I got him a load of clothes yesterday.
Oh, did you?
For all my old work clothes.
Send the receipt, bro. I'll pay for it.
No, they're all my old stuff.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Handy
stuff
now.
would have took about 5 days to come from.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'll give him a whole set of thermals.
Saves you
Two Stella jumpers,
yeah.
Old ones,
oh,
the
banging.
black ones.
Oh, banging.
2 pairs of bottoms,
oh, sick.
gloves, a woolly hat.
Oh, he's fully kitted
Yeah,
out.
he's sweet. He's good
Sick.
now till next year.
Yeah. I won't pay him this week then. That's our yard man, Alan, who's actually pulling miracles every single day out of that yard and getting these lorries looking nice and fresh. There is some brick mesh that they've sent us we've got to show you as well, but yeah, these are all the exciting bits for the boys. So yeah, some lovely little odds and sods. We've got some gloves, got a mug as well. And where Sean's in the office soon, that can be his and that can be mine, side by side.
I need a bigger cup than that.
Yeah. But yeah, for any of the stuff that you've seen here, you can go onto Leech's website, use the code Stella15 and get yourself 15% discount off now.
Right, get one of them, Sean.
So she's nice and square. The boys just spacing out this staircase now. Jason's bringing out the last little bit. He's emptying the lorry, fleecing the lorry. It's all the new staircase that we bought. He's getting the stillage off there now for when we strike it. Very handy to have in the yard. And yeah, we've got Sean. James is our new advanced lad. And Vladdy over here. Very, very good team this is. Serious team. And obviously what they're doing is putting this hacky in here now. So it's, well, it's not a hacky, I'm calling it a hacky. It's an at-pack system, which is very similar to layer. And yeah, as you can see, we've got the bit in here that we can't get anything in there because of all the bushes. So the boys are putting it in this section here, which Sean was just explaining. And what we're going to do is put a walkway in from here over to the lift, as you'll see. So what the boys have had to do is make sure that our legs are level here and here. Make sure they're bang in line. They've got their squaring, got it nice and straight. They check their distances off the scaffold. And yeah, they're building it now, step by step.
You have your step.
James there now getting the next bits up to Vlad. And yeah, this staircase will absolutely fly. So yeah, the boys have been here for about 5 minutes. And you can see how quickly this goes up. So we're going to stay with the boys and show you the way this is done. Abs, I'm taking your job. Normally this is only weekly recap material, these cameras. However, today doing it all. So you've got a box in there now. I'm going to show you how this goes up to the next stages. Is it a good system? Be a matter of minutes, and look, the boys are already running the second lift up now. This stuff absolutely flies. These last 6 months, this company's really come a long way, and you can see that not only in our work, but in the men we're employing, and yeah, things are definitely going in the right direction. So I've just touched down back in Slough. We're off here today. There's a load of stuff being cleared out of the building, so they had to have us off here for 2 days. But you can see we are starting to make a bit of progress now. We're aiming to do here 2 floors a week, which obviously is going to be a big ask. You can see the amount of material that is in here, and yeah, there's an awful lot of work to do. Obviously the boys have got a bit of material stood up. They got that done on Friday, give sort of a start, but yeah, there's still an awful lot to do here and an awful long way to go on this beast, as you can see. So yeah, we're back here tomorrow, full steam ahead.
We've had to stop it short here because see that walkway? I know on an earlier episode we said we're demoing that. They need access to it with machinery and all sorts of that, so we've had to stop it here. We only need to cover the dormer windows because they're actually only changing. I think they're inspecting these first, and then I think they had to change them ones, so I think they'll be doing the same here. So we stopped it short. Last beam will be here, and then we'll just have a frame run across there for the monoflex to stop any water coming in this way. Not 1 more 2 metre lift, and then a tiny little fly the other side, so, and then that's it here. So it shouldn't take that long. We should be up to beam height by the end of today. Beams in tomorrow, finish it Friday. We need about 14, I think. The lift, but I'll drop the first swivel there, innit? Lovely. Oh yeah, we're way out. Banging.
There we go, yeah, underneath. That's skinny, that is, very skinny. George, you hadn't heard from you since the mug's gone on, mate?
Hey mate.
Haven't had a word from you since that mug's gone on.
I've been talking to myself.
Come on mate, be seen and heard, son. Be seen and heard, be seen and heard.
Yeah, we go.
Jones, you got a bad back, so I think he's going through a growing spurt.
Yeah.
got back pains in. Cool. Yeah, go on then.
Yes, 20 foot.
Yep.
13's a bit big though, when they go on. Let's have a look. 13's a massive
Oh, here we go, it's on the tube as well. What are we saying?
13's a massive though, aren't they?
You had your big chance. You had your big chance, the camera's on, let's go. Come on. Look, he's had his big chance.
Work on that, it'd be 13s. It'd be 13s.
Look, he's flapped it. Unlucky, Jonesy, mate.
I'll keep that up there for a swipe.
Yeah, keep it up, he wanted it anyway, didn't he?
He's an egg to get.
See what I'm saying? Listen, when you're that height, 10 foot looks quite big, though, don't it, I suppose?
Hold up, Jake. I can't see that.
You all right, mate?
I can't see it, Sans me eyes.
Open your eyes, son. Oh, yeah, got a bad back.
extremely smart. It's going to be another happy client there. Definitely one for the portfolio. As it stands, there's still no major updates yet on the money situation of the client who went bankrupt. I'm still chasing. Like I say, the scaffold is up. Trying to do a deal with me, the client that is there now, the main owner of the building. They need the scaffold, but as of yet, it's all a bit wishy-washy, and there's no real clear understanding of numbers and duration and everything else that is needed to formalise the agreement. So it's all still very much up in the air. As we said, the Tower Bridge project has been moved back to February, but we are now back in Slough as of tomorrow. So there's an awful lot to do. There's new work coming in. There's people that are trying to get us on new projects again to start in December. We've got new men that have started. There's a couple more advanced lads we've taken on. So things are really moving forward. I'm going to use that to wrap up this episode. Thank you to every single person who likes, comments and is subscribed. If you haven't already, please do so. And we'll see you again next week for episode 27.